Conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid heard that solo!
You see my kid?
Yeah!
And welcome back to the Forest Security pregame show.
Ever wonder who helps our everyday heroes when they need support? Enter fundthefirst.com, a unique crowdfunding platform dedicated to first responders, their families, and their friends. Unlike typical sites, we don't take a cut. Every dollar goes directly to those in need. Whether it's for emergency medical bills, family emergencies, or equipment, fundthefirst.com.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up
play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
We welcome you into the NFHS Network from Palatine, Illinois. It's the 8A bracket first round. The 4th-seeded Fremd Vikings host the 29th-seeded Huntley Red Raiders right here on Palatine. Sam Corbett, Bob Villasaway bringing you the call. Happy Halloween. Thank you for joining us. And Bob, this is a Fremd team that loves playing here at home in Palatine, undefeated on the year. There's only one opponent that's been able to come to Fremd High School and put more than one touchdown on the board. This is a team that is just able to overwhelm opponents.
Yeah, everybody loves to play at home. What a wonderful stadium, too. Gorgeous night, a little bit on the chilly side, but it's perfect. Fortunately for us, we're inside the press box, so we get a great view.
Fremd High School 8-1 on the year, undefeated in 5 contests here in Palatine. The Huntley Red Raiders sneaking into the playoffs at 5-4, but you take a look at a lot of those losses, Bob. 4 of them one-score ball games, and you take a look throughout the season, you can easily look back and see if something else goes our way, our record's a lot more favorable. Second straight year that the Red Raiders are the 29 seed, but there's a chance that they could upset Fremd, who the talk around 8A and Friday Night Lights is that the Vikings have an outside shot of advancing all the way to the 8A championship.
You're making it sound like it's going to be more exciting than it is. I think we have a 4th-ranked team and a 29th-ranked team. You're so right, they could have won more games, but the key here, points for from Huntley. This, according to Matt's practice, 283, giving up 219. Then you look over on the Fremd side, 307 points for with just 95 given up, and of course O'Brien is the quarterback. You hit it on the nail. Fremd has to be one of the favorites to get to the championship game at the end, being seeded 4th, one of the final 4 perhaps, and here they start out at home.
Fremd wearing the all-green uniforms at home. Huntley, white tops, red bottoms, and you mentioned, Bob, Johnny O'Brien, the senior quarterback. He missed 1 game earlier this season. The only loss that Fremd sustained, it was to Barrington. And talking with the Fremd coaching staff, it really felt like that was the worst week that O'Brien had in high school, just because he wasn't able to participate. That's how much he loves this game. He's an early commit to Northwestern, a local kid that's hopefully going to elevate the Wildcats in Evanston to a better regime in the Big Ten. But him, along with the sophomore quarterback for the Red Raiders, 2 big frames, 2 guys that have put up offensive showcases recently. Just last week against Schaumburg, O'Brien, 5 touchdowns for just a hair under 400 yards. And Malik Carter, the sophomore 6'5" quarterback for the Red Raiders, 2 weeks ago threw for 5 total touchdowns for Huntley, in their victory over McHenry. They've also got a sophomore running back, Chase Hodgenacki, who ran for 5 scores last week. They gave him the rock 39 times, got 236 yards. If Huntley can strike early, it could be a much closer ball game than what a lot of people are expecting, because again, first round matchups, you will see a couple of blowouts, but if you can sneak something early, it could be a whole lot closer ball game. That's the beauty of playoff football. Any coach will tell you.
Well, in any sport, you get that first lead, the other team gets a little panicky, then something happens, maybe a turnover, then you get 2 scores. I mean, obviously scoring first is key. It is going to be real easy to be rooting for Northwestern next 4 years with O'Brien on the team, having the local roots here with Fremd.
His high school teammate, we'll talk about him on the offensive line, also a defensive end for the Vikings, Owen Jakubczyk. pretty easy recruit to get your high school buddy to join you in college. They're both early enrollees. They'll be heading to Evanston in January. The Vikings are set to kick it off to the Red Raiders, defending their home stadium. Huntley made the trip about 30 minutes east on I-90 out to Palatine. And the Red Raiders have to give them credit. We talked about those one-score ball games, a couple of tough losses in the middle of the season. But again, Carter and Hodgenacki got the offense going these last 2 weeks, back-to-back contests with 40-plus points in the offense. And they're going to have to need more of that today. You mentioned it already, Bob. 307 total points scored for Fremd this season. That's good for 34 a ball game.
Yeah, those Red Raider games are right in a row against Cary Grove, Jacobs, Prairie Ridge, and Central. Those 4 losses in a row, and that was it. Seamus
Sloan to send us away. And the 8A bracket starts now from Palatine. Raiders will field it at the 5 on the near side. Good blocks ahead, and they'll get out to just past the 25-yard line. Michael Chan on the return.
We're going to see what they got to do, right? But if I'm Red Raiders, as good as my quarterback is, I'm still going to keep the ball as much of the time on the ground as I can and see if that works at first. We'll see what they end up doing.
Malik Carter, the sophomore quarterback, 6'5", 172 pounds.
Yeah, 6'5". You can look right over a lot of the offensive line to throw the ball. It's easier to see downfield.
Red Raiders offense rushing for just under 100 yards per game, throwing for just north of that. Slow start for Huntley's offense. Quickly to the left side. Low throw is caught and getting past the numbers for a gain of about 7 before being driven backwards by a handful of Vikings. A good gain to get the offense going for Huntley.
That's what they want to do. That's a chunk play, right? 7 yards, so it's second and relatively short, keeps the run in play, keeps the pass in play. And what they're trying to do is maintain ball control and move the chains.
Jacob Marks, the first target of the night for Malik. Second and medium, they call it a gain of 6. Vikings bring 2. And immediately met in the backfield. Hodgenacki goes nowhere.
And that's the problem, because if Fremd can turn the Red Raiders into a passing-only team, then they could just peel their ears back and go. Interesting how Malik's about a foot taller than everybody else, it seems like. Of course he isn't, but the helmet seems like it's a foot taller than everyone else's helmet.
The defensive captain, Troy Pepe, bursting through the line for the tackle for loss. Carter looking left. Pass batted down at the line. Was looking for a receiver over the middle of the field, but tipped at the line. Matt Klimas, the senior defensive tackle, getting his paws on it. And after an initial play where it looked like, you mentioned that chunk play, just trying to get the offense situated, already a 3-and-out for Huntley.
Yeah, and really they didn't do anything wrong. They made a completion. They just got stuffed at the line, and the third pass is incomplete, and that's all it takes to give the ball up. Now Fremd's potent offense is going to get it, and obviously no score yet.
Fremd's return man situated at his own 35-yard line. Short punt, he'll have to work closer to the 50. And that might have a talk with a special teams coordinator.
That was well put. Yeah, you don't want to let the ball bounce and then hit it. But you did cover it.
So Fremd takes over. A flag down.
So we'll see if O'Brien goes to the air right away. Same thing, if you start out on the ground, the defense has to respect the running play, and then play action can go.
15 yards.
So a 15-yard penalty will have Fremd start their offensive possession already inside Red Raider territory.
Everybody thinks when you kick the football off, you want to get possession first. But in this case, Fremd gave the possession up, right? So Huntley had the ball first, and now Fremd gets the ball relatively deep inside their territory. First possession at the 39-yard line of your opponent.
O'Brien, 5 touchdowns for a hair under 400 yards last week. The southpaw looking to throw immediately. Has his man. It's Brewster with room to work. Already inside the red zone. Marquand Brewster, welcome to the ball game.
And what you immediately see with Brewster is you're starting to wonder, O'Brien is a great quarterback, and I love how he checked down on that play, and Brewster had definitely several steps on the defender, but Brewster has some yards after catch. And if O'Brien can not only complete the ball downfield, but also get some runs from yards after catch, he's going to be unstoppable.
Brewster last week against the Saxons, 172 yards, brings his season average to north of 100. This should be a give across the right side. There's a hole. Vikings continuing to mount pressure inside the 5-yard line. Jaden Faulkner on the ground establishing the run game.
Yeah, it's too early to say this, but I'm going to say it. So this is what happens when you have a 4th-ranked team playing a 29th-ranked team. Right now, they just can't stop Fremd.
A penalty and 2 plays, and you're already looking to get 6.
Yeah, that's the nightmarish start for Huntley. You want to try to get the lead early, now they're going to fall behind.
2 receivers to the near side. This is another give for Faulkner, and Fremd's on the board.
Huge hole on the right side of the center. Guard and tackle opened it up. It was wide open. He wasn't even touched until he got to the goal line.
Faulkner's 6th rushing touchdown of the season, 8th total. And with 9:46 remaining in the first, our first score of the contest.
Yeah, that didn't take long.
So Seamus Sloan on for the extra point. I will wait for a potential broadcaster's jinx. However, he is 25 for 25 on the year so far. Still win on a cool Halloween night. Snap and hold both good. 7-0 Fremd. And Bob, if you're a Fremd Viking, you really could not have drawn up a better start to this ball game.
Well, and they're using this game, we hate to say it, as practice. You know, they're trying to show what works, learn what works, and they're not looking. They're definitely looking past this game, saying what the next round is, who the next opponent is, and stuff like that. But they're going to run their offense, you know, keep the team balanced with runs and passes. So it's a great start for Fremd, that's for certain. I think that's what they expected. And then, you know, they're looking at the score. Okay, they got a touchdown within the first 3 minutes of the first quarter. Okay, how many touchdowns per quarter? Multiply that by 4.
Fremd last year, the 10 seed in 8A, a first-round victory over Andrew, 42-20, before losing a close contest to Naperville Central, so trying to get over that hump. And again, Fremd now up to the 4 seed. And the thought is that obviously Mount Carmel, far and away the favorite, the number 1 seed, but Loyola sneaking in as the 32 seed. That's a heck of a first-round matchup. But the way the bracket shapes up, the winner of this contest could feasibly end up facing Mount Carmel. Of course, you can never count out Loyola, 3-time reigning back-to-back-to-back 8A state champs.
Well, and one of my favorite teams to watch is Maine South with Purcell.
Maine South really feels like has a easy route to the potential 8A championship game. A lot of the stronger teams at the start of the season are on the top half of the bracket, and the biggest storyline was Lincoln Way East falling all the way down to the 9 seed after their star quarterback, Jonas Williams, went down, missed the last 2 games. Lincoln Way East dropped a little bit, so now some potential matchups that should have been semis or championships could be seen in the 2nd or 3rd round. Fielded from his own end zone and tripped at the 6.
Boy,
a miscue from the Red Raiders.
Yeah, everything that can go wrong has for the most part. At least they haven't gotten any turnovers other than 3 and out. But now here they are starting at their 5-yard line, and their offense hasn't really shown much punch yet. Although there was that one bright spot, the first 7-yard gain. So you add that a couple of times, and again, their goal here is going to be move the chains, and then eventually tie the score.
Dominic Savino, the return man, turf monster, got to him. It's a good amount of costumes on display tonight. I know that when I was a kid, that was the transition where some people were allowed to wear costumes in school, sometimes you weren't. But good to see that Fremd student section showing up in a big way in the first round. So
yeah,
this is a tough task again, Bob, for this Huntley offense, though Carter's heels are on his own end zone. Man in motion, and if that's against the Red Raiders.
Yeah, it was fun last night at practice. So everybody was all dressed up in their Halloween costumes, so I took a couple pictures and posted on Facebook. This is a time of the year to have a lot of fun. It's late in October. Unfortunately, the weather is getting on the chillier side, and winter is coming, right? But this is perfect weather for this game. But not perfect weather for Huntley at the moment.
Half the distance, 1st and 13. Carter about a yard or two deep in his own end zone. It looked like movement from Fremd. No whistle.
Yeah, I thought it was actually movement on Huntley, but no, like you said, no whistle.
4 receivers spread out, opening up the run game, and there's a hole through the middle.
That is absolutely what the doctor ordered for Huntley. They moved the chains, got the first down, so now they can breathe a little bit easier at the 20-yard line-ish.
Chase Honacki the carry. To give a guy the rock that many times in one game, and again, you're trying to secure that 5th win to automatically clinch a playoff spot, but you're giving a guy the ball 39 times. That is a true workhorse as just a high school sophomore. Connor Wade, the man in motion, but another whistle.
Illegal procedure, 5 yards, so it's going to be 1st and 15 now.
1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Yes, it is. But at least I got that 1 step forward.
Trips left for the Red Raiders. Hodjanacki to the left of Carter. Both sophomores in the backfield. Nearly draw motion from Jakubczak. 2-way lineman. Talk about a workhorse as well. He's on the left end. Carter will throw it out to the left side and breaking 1 tackle, but not getting past the second one. A short gain for Huntley.
Yeah, he got the 5 yards back, but now it's 2nd and about 10. Good pass to the left. It's a long pass out to the sideline. You really got to watch that. Got to pay attention to the defender. You throw that long pass, somebody step in front of it. It's an easy pick 6. I'm a little surprised they didn't stay on the ground, frankly.
Credit Jason Hardy, the tackle. Read that route quickly.
Yeah, the wide side of the field is to the right, so I would expect a run to the wide side, try to sweep around the end. But nope, they're passing.
Pocket collapsing. Carter scrambling. Still has room to throw. He airs it out. 50-50 ball. And do we have a pick? Still no signal.
Fremd thinks so, but like you said, there's no signal. He had a lot of time to throw that into traffic. Yep, there it is.
2nd interception of the year for the Fremd Vikings secondary. And another drive will start inside Huntley Red Raider territory. You said it, Bob. A lot of traffic. Felt like there were 3 or 4 defenders for the Vikings all in that area. It's only 2 targets. A costly mistake.
Yeah, I think, like you said, the special teams coach was going to have a conversation earlier. I think your offensive coordinator is going to have a special conversation here on that one. You just can't throw the ball after you've got 4 or 5 seconds to throw it into a crowd. I think in that particular time, the timer has to expire in his brain, throw it out of bounds, and get the next play. It would have been 3rd and 10.
Started last drive at the Huntley 39. This one begins at the Huntley 42. Quickly, towards the middle of the field, pass is complete, now working past the numbers. Blockers in front, all the way inside the 15-yard line, Ben Riddle.
And Riddle could not have been more wide open and made another great run after catch. I think that's something you see with Fremd. The passes aren't that deep, but the receivers are so wide open, they got a lot of yards after they catch.
And it's still very early on in this ball game, but O'Brien just looks incredibly poised in the pocket. People praise his vision, his field awareness, knowing where the sticks are and what he has to get. And he's also got that ability to just extend plays if something breaks. This is a handoff to Faulkner across the left side. Good blocks. A hole gets him inside the 5.
And, of course, has a good running attack as well.
Faulkner down to the 3-yard line. A tick under 8 minutes remaining in this first quarter of action.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll move the chains. 1st and 10 at the 1st and goal at the 3. Or maybe the 4, it looks like, where they put the football. So I would expect another run into the end zone. That's what I would do, but, obviously O'Brien is a prolific passer.
Faulkner, the rushing touchdown earlier in this ball game. They go to him again, and he's stuffed, trying to get a charge from his offensive lineman, Joe Polkrabik.
But that actually worked, though. They were at the 4-yard line. Now they're at the 1-yard line. 3-yard in the cloud of rubber pellets, and you got the touchdown.
It's not a Kelly Green, but maybe a tush-push play.
You're right. Yeah.
So Fremd from the 1.
Again, I would keep it on the ground, just run it up the middle. Nope, they're passing for it.
Flag is down. Riddle was in the end zone, but no score. So the first miscue against Fremd at home.
Well, they're going to get that down over, and not the best outcome, right? You lost 5 yards, but you got your down back. Now you're 6 yards away, not just 1 yard away.
Seeing how open Riddle was, do you just go right back to that play, or do you change it up now that you have a little bit more room?
If it were me, I'm looking at the wide side to the right. 100% chance if I were coaching, I would run to the right. Even if you don't make it, you're going to be closer, and you can sprint into the corner. So that's what I would be doing.
See what the defensive coordinator, Paul Reinke, for the Red Raiders draws up. Trying to make a stop. A pitch to Brewster across the right side. Good block. He gets inside the 5, but nothing else.
Yeah, but I like that creative call, though. They ran right, but with the jet sweep or the receiver around, I like that call. Now the wide side is to the left. I would just run right up the middle, and this is 4-down territory to me. I'm not stopping if I get to the 1 yard line or 2 yard line, I'm not kicking. I'm going for it.
3rd and goal. And with that jet sweep, it's easy to see, but sometimes you just want to get the ball in your playmaker's hands.
And that's what they did with a wide side and just couldn't, he cut back into the middle. He kind of had to. Frankly, it was well covered by the Huntley defense. Got to give them credit for making that stop.
Lou Sponcell said he gave the keys of the offense over to O'Brien. Looking to throw, has a man to the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Carter McDonald for 6.
Yeah, there was no coverage over the middle. It was a nice play, good play call. And after they had run the play before, you have to respect the run. I thought they were going to run and wide open at the back end of the end zone. Now, what I liked about that, it was over the middle, so it's really only about a 15-yard pass all told. You start throwing that ball into the corner, the ball's in the air for a long time. It could get intercepted, knocked down. So great play call and a touchdown.
25th touchdown of the year for O'Brien. We'll step away right here on the NFHS Network. Just do one and then hop.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your...
On the extra point attempt. And Bob, I don't know if we count that as a mixed extra point, but that will be my broadcaster's jinx. We had to get it out of the way early.
I have to say, I think you get credit for the broadcaster's jinx, but 1 touchdown earlier.
High snap, but it's still a 2-score game. Fremd up 13-0 at home.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid heard that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah! 13-0. The extra point no good for Fremd, but quickly, Bob, 2-score contest, and it's really easy for the Vikings to operate when both drives are starting inside Huntley territory.
Well, Huntley's, the roof has fallen in on them in the first quarter here. They're down 2 touchdowns, and both times Fremd had the ball was in their end. So, yeah, Huntley's in trouble. But there was flashes of brilliance when their running game got that 1 first down. They gained a chunk yard on that 7-yard gain to start the game. So, I mean, there's hope, but it's, they're fighting an uphill battle. This Fremd team is tough and expects to be there at the end of the year.
Chan and Savino back to return for the Red Raiders. They kick it back Savino's way, who tripped coming out of the end zone.
Shea Sloan's quick sails into the end zone to touchback for Huntley.
Well, that's an improvement from last time they got the ball where it was a 5-yard line.
A little bit of breathing room for Malik Carter's offense.
And I think we're going to see some of those, quote, 39 carries coming up this next drive. I think they were running some other plays kind of to make sure that Fremd's defense was going to be balanced and kind of set the runs up. But I think right now they're going to need to rely on them. And Fremd does have a stout defense.
Carter, not the most nimble, averages, again, just about 12 rushing yards per game. And the give to Hodjanacki, stuffed.
Yeah, this is going to be tough going. Fremd has 4 linebackers and 4 down linemen, so they've got the proverbial 8 guys in the box. So I think if Huntley is going to get yards on the ground, they're going to have to find a way to go wide.
It's Jason Hardy again, the defensive back, flying forward for the stop. Gain of 1 for 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Fremd's going to do their best to turn this into a one-dimensional offense for Huntley. Stop the run and force him to pass.
Man in motion to the near side, another give. They'll fake it. Pass complete, and it's a first down for the Red Raiders. Fremd anticipating that run, and so was I, but pass completed on to Connor Wade to move the sticks, but, oh boy.
That was a real nice play, though. Play action, pass to the, right over the middle, tight end kind of a play, and wide open, first down. Oh, it's coming back.
Yeah, laundry.
Holding of all the calls, right? That's not going to help. They get the down back, but boy, they sure would have rather had that first down.
Ball is spotted at the Huntley 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 20.
Back to the 10, 2nd and 20.
Yeah, this is going to be trouble. Last time they only had 7 guys in the box. It was man-to-man defense. Here they've got 4 linemen, 3 linebackers. It's going to be tough going if they stay on the ground to draw play.
Carter's got a big frame and a good arm. Has time. He's got to get rid of it, and it's a safety for the Vikings. A flag is down. Looked like Carter had a target deep down the middle of the field, but he held onto the ball for way too long.
Yeah, he couldn't launch it, couldn't step forward. I'm thinking there might have been a face mask in there. That's where about the flag went. Did not look like a hold on the offense. We're going to see what this call is.
Matt Klimas broke through. Senior defensive tackle.
Personal foul, base mask. Defense, 15 yards from the empty one. Still second down.
Boy, that was very unfortunate.
So we go from a potential safety and the ball back to a 15-yard penalty in favor of the Red Raiders.
Yeah, he had to take the sack right there. He was in front of the end zone when he started to run backwards. If then you get tackled, if you freed yourself from the defenders, then you get tackled, your forward progress is in the end zone, and that's a safety. But here they got the 15 yards. Now it's only, 2nd and 6?
Second and a lot more manageable, that's for sure.
Yeah, and they can, again, keep this on the ground.
Head coach of the Vikings, Lou Sponsel, in charge of the program since 2012. Looking for some sort of explanation. It was an awkward tackle because of how much Carter was trying to spin out of the way, and you really can't control that, but...
Well, he's a strong guy, and it is hard to bring him down. And then when you bend it down, it's not like you're purposely grabbing the face mask. It's just in the way when you grab with your hands.
2nd and 4 now for Carter. Looking to pass across to the left side. He's got his man.
That's a tough pass to the short side at least, but it didn't look like it had a whole lot of speed on that pass. So, Fremd can make that pass look open sometime and then jump the route. That could be trouble. Going up tempo here.
Kyle Zebel, the reception. Doing just enough to get to the sticks. Trips right for the Red Raiders. Carter throwing in traffic. Completed to Matthew Schroeder, who bounced off his defender. So Carter trying to manufacture some offense for the Red Raiders, a lot better than just the 3 and outs we've seen in the penalties. And it'll be 2nd and medium. I'm now joined by Anthony Collada, our sideline analyst. Anthony, what you got?
Yeah, I got a quick word from Coach from Fremd down on the sideline after their quick touchdowns. Only a few plays, and he just quickly said, hey, that's what we do. We stick to what we do. And on the Huntley sideline, they're pleading for their players to get it going in the trenches and get some push on that front 7.
Well, the trenches paying off for Huntley on that play. Thank you, Anthony. The carry for Hojnacki just barely flips the field for Huntley into Fremd territory at the 48.
They've moved the chains a couple of times, so Huntley does have some ray of hope the way this game is unfolding, even though they're down by 13, and you have to take these little wins here.
Trips left. Carter looks that way. He's got his man. It's Zebel again, working past the edge, and a big hit. Forced out of bounds right near the chains. Michael Murray laying the boomstick.
Carter's doing a good job picking out the open receiver. I feel like there's not a lot of zip on the ball, so he requires the receiver to be open. And on that last pass, there might have been pass interference. He was hit right just before he caught the ball, still caught it. But here we go, up-tempo again.
Quickly, Hojnacki to the left side. Burst has a hole and a solid gain of about 7 or 8 yards.
And then a nice tackle after he was out of bounds.
Scouting for this week, Mike Namola, the head coach of the Red Raiders, said that the front seven of Fremd is some of the most aggressive football that they have seen all year. All of them super fast. That front seven proven fits for Carter, but much like this, getting rid of the ball quickly. Making a man miss with room to work with, it's Schroeder.
And again, moving the chains. Carter's doing a great job moving this offense. You can see why they're a good team. And you also go back to, even though they lost those 4 times, as you said, they were all one-score games.
3.5 minutes remain in the opening frame. Huntley trying to get on the board, trailing by 2 scores.
Fremd with 7 in the box, 4 on the line, and 3 linebackers. So they're trying to stop the running game.
Bringing 4, Hojnacki patient to the left side. And that one swallowed up for a gain of 2 at best.
Yeah, I can see the strategy on Fremd. Stop the run, turn Huntley into a passing team, and then hope the good things happen at that point in time. But if Huntley can continue to have a balanced attack, they're going to continue to move down the field like this. They can get back in the game. The defense, of course, would have to stop O'Brien.
Carter looking to pass, has time, has to get rid of it, taking a deep shot in double coverage and just barely underthrown.
I thought that ball was going to go out of bounds somewhere. I didn't realize it was actually on the field and almost caught. That turned out to be a pretty good play. Almost a carbon copy of what you saw about 50 yards ago where he threw the ball into the crowd. I felt like he threw the ball further away from the crowd this time and to the place where only his receiver could get it, and harmlessly it landed on the ground.
Zeeble in double coverage.
Yeah, you need every down you can, though, to move those chains.
They need 8. Fake the handoff. Carter staying behind the line, batted down.
Yeah, that might have been a fortunate bat down, right? It looked like Fremd had the receiver blanketed, as in, if that didn't get batted down, Fremd looked like it could have had an interception.
Troy Pepe, who called his name already a couple of times tonight, getting into the backfield, now raising his hands to deflect that pass. 4th and 8, and the offense staying out on the field in the first quarter.
Yeah, I felt like Carter might have, tucked the ball in and run. Might not have been a bad call, certainly instead of a ball that got batted and then perhaps intercepted. This is a big play early in the game for Huntley, down by 2 scores, 4th and 8.
From the Fremd 23. 4th and 8 for Carter. Trips to the right. Hojnacki will flip to his left side now. Vikings bring 4. Carter with time. Has the first down. Zeeble extends the drive for Huntley.
Something about Carter he does really, really well. The ball doesn't have as much zip as I think some other quarterbacks might have, but he's really good at throwing the ball early in the pattern, so the ball's in the air before the receiver looks back, and he's got terrific accuracy. Carter's a good quarterback.
To Hojnacki. Oh, my. Troy Pepe, make your presence felt.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see Huntley go a little bit wide on some of these runs instead of right into that teeth of the 7-man front here. But at least they had the first down already, so they had the down to only gain 2.
Pepe with his best Roman Reigns spear impression. It's a big frame in the middle. 6 foot, 205. Gain of 1 on the play, 2nd and 9. Carter has to get rid of it. Ball's on the ground. Did he pass that ball? Carter's trying to say that he threw that ball forward.
This is completely up to the referees because they don't get the benefit of replay. To me, it looked like an incomplete pass, but the referees did not blow it dead, and everybody jumped on it like it was a fumble. I think the call is correct on the pass, but that's from up here in the Bob Uecker seats.
A few years ago, I might have referenced the Brady Tuck rule, but the other week, the Jackson Dart fumble that was or was not against Philadelphia.
Well, and the big one I thought was the Hurts, the tush push.
Oh,
yeah, that was wrong.
Here we go, 3rd and 9. A bullet to the right side, in and out of the hands of the defender. Good slant route, but overran.
Again, it was well covered, triple covered. So they get a fourth and 9. So the second fourth and long. See if they can survive another one.
Huntley has not attempted a field goal this season.
I think we know what's going to happen here then.
They've had 2 kickers not listed as kickers split time. Jack Goers along with Gio Clark. Goers a wide receiver, Clark a defensive lineman. Neither of them on the field, and a gift given to Huntley. Movement on the defensive end.
Yeah, that'll make it 4th and about 4, so it made it easier, but that also puts a run in play as well. I feel like 4th and 9, probably not a good idea to run, but 4th and 4, now you have to respect it. I'm not sure if up the middle is the place to go again. I'd like to see it go wide more often, but the way they've been going so far, Huntley probably going to air it out. Let's see what they do.
Honacki to the right of Carter. Trips to the right.
You know, he's got a pretty good hard count. We've seen Fremd jump several times. Only that time was across the line. Maybe they can get another hard count catch here.
Chan shifts inside, rolling out to the right. He'll hesitate, throwing a desperation heave to the left. It's picked off inside the end zone. Here's a good return for the Vikings. Room to work with. Marquand Brewster inside Huntley territory. 2 men to beat. Brewster to the house. A 100-yard pick 6 for the Fremd Vikings at home. But laundry on the field. They'll pick up the flag. It was an ineligible man downfield against the Red Raiders. Marquand Brewster, his 2nd interception of the season. Oh my goodness.
He's going to go in the record books on that one. 100-yard pick 6. Brewster, of course, he's on offense as well. And we were talking about him earlier. Gets all those yards after catch. Well, here, you get 100 yards after catch.
The Western Illinois commit. Leathernecks, you got yourselves a good one.
Yeah, what a great run back. He was on the right of the field, right? There were a couple players in chasing him. If he had kept on his current route, he would have been tackled. He busted to the left, busted through the tackle, and then it was over. Nobody could reach him at that point. Really good run back, great vision. I mean, the kind of vision that you give a kickoff returner. So maybe we'll see him kickoff return a lot.
Sloan makes up for it, 20-0, Fremd at home. Vikings out with a big lead, still a minute and a half remain in quarter number 1 from Palatine.
Yeah, can you believe this is still the first quarter after all that?
Ever wonder who helps our everyday heroes when they need support? Enter FundTheFirst.com, a unique crowdfunding platform dedicated to first responders, their families, and their friends. Unlike typical sites, we don't take a cut. Every dollar goes directly to those in need. Whether it's for emergency medical bills, family emergencies, or equipment, FundTheFirst.com is there. It's our chance to give back to those who risk it all for us. From police officers to firefighters, these heroes deserve our support. Want to make a real impact? Check out FundTheFirst.com and show our heroes that we've got their backs. It's time to support.
100-yard pick 6 brings the lead for the Vikings at home to 20.
It takes a new meaning. A couple of things. First off, he threw the ball back across his body to the left side, so it's easier to intercept that play. It's 4th down, so everybody says on 4th down, just throw the ball up for grabs, because if your offensive guy gets it, you get the first down. If nobody catches it, it's a turnover. Well, somebody did catch it, and it was a turnover, but you don't count on a 100-yard run back.
Sloan ready to boot it away.
Because it was such a long run back, the highlight film is going to be a lengthy one.
Low line drive kick back Savino's way, and
barely out of bounds at like the 1-yard line.
Almost a beautiful kick.
Yeah, the key word being almost on that one, right?
But another chance for Huntley to start a drive with some breathing room. Again, their first 2 drives were deep in their own red zone to start.
They have to be somewhat happy, even though they're down 20. I mean, you're never happy down 20, right? But in the last drive, they were moving the football. They have had some flashes of ability to move the football. Obviously, they ran into 2 4th downs at the other end. One worked, one didn't.
Back-to-back weeks scoring 40-plus points. Red Raiders 95 seconds away from going scoreless in quarter number 1. But a penalty for the Vikings kickoff will have this drive start at the 35. Carter, low snap, quickly gets rid of it to the left side, has his man, it's Zeeble. And a big hit.
Yeah, Siebel did a good job coming back toward the quarterback. So if the ball doesn't have a lot of zip on it, if you come back toward the quarterback, it cannot be picked off, especially after a play getting picked off. Hopefully somebody reminded them, you got to go back to the quarterback to catch the ball.
Gain of 5 for Zeeble. To the right side now, another reception out to the 45. That should be enough for the first down.
And again, I like the speed at which Carter delivers the ball. Doesn't wait for too long. Before the receiver is open, he throws it, and the receiver will get open. He does a real good job of anticipating.
Another grab tonight for Jacob Marks, already his third. Another quick offensive play for the Red Raiders. Taking a shot deep down the field, but an overthrown ball. Again, Carter looking for a man deep down the left sideline, but in double coverage.
That was a perfectly thrown ball. I mean, one more step, it would have been caught. It was also off his back foot. You'd like to see the fundamentals, stepping forward rather than off the back foot. But it was a perfectly thrown ball, just maybe a tad out front, a little faster receiver, or maybe a defender not in his way. Either way, and of course he had to throw it with less air under the ball because the safety was looking to intercept it if it was a high throw.
2nd and 10 for Carter. Surveys, looks incomplete.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but that's a case where he's delivering the ball before the defender fell down. So you're putting it in place where only your receiver can catch the ball and the defender can't intercept it. But then once the defender fell, the receiver's wide open, but unfortunately the throw was launched before the defender fell.
I give Carter credit, only a sophomore. Typically a younger guy, you're going to have your one bailout option and look to him and him alone, but he's doing a good job spreading the ball around.
Yeah, 6'5" sophomore, so he's going to be taller still.
Trips left. Carter takes a shot that way. High ball caught inside Fremd territory. This time it's Schroeder.
Yeah, Carter, again, terrific vision downfield. I mean, a 6'5" quarterback, sophomore, is good at throwing the ball on cue. He has run around a couple of times, looking like Williams in the backfield.
Give to Honacki. Credit him 1 yard, maybe.
Yeah, it's tough going on the ground for Huntley.
Another penalty marker down.
Looks like the referee is going to walk it off against Huntley. That's the direction he's facing. When's the last time you saw an illegal substitution called?
When's the last time you saw a 100-yard pick six?
I think you got me on that one. I can't even call you and then raise.
Quick score update for our baseball-inclined friends. Dodgers up 3-1.
Cameraman says he doesn't like that.
First 5 for Huntley.
After some confusion, 1st and 5 for the Red Raiders. .9 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. It's been all Fremd. Pumps left, looks right, has a man inside the 30, breaks one tackle, loses the football. Fremd's got it. Ball was popped up. R.J. Davis falls on it. Another turnover alone in the first quarter for the Red Raiders.
What else could possibly happen to Huntley?
Fremd came into this matchup even in the turnover battle this season, 11-4, 11 against, already 2 in favor of the Vikings here at home. This is a tough place to come in and play, and Fremd proving why.
Well, and think about that, too. 11 turnovers for both sides, right? Yet they're 8-1, fantastic teams. Can you imagine if they get on the positive side of some of the turnovers, what they could do?
This is the deepest in their own territory. The Vikings will start a drive. O'Brien looking to pass. Flushed out to the near side, pump fakes, and scurries out of bounds.
Yeah, I like that. Just don't throw it if nobody is open. You've got a really potent offense. Go to the quarter end, call a play then, and come back 2nd and 10.
First time we've seen O'Brien really use the legs. It was good secondary coverage from the Red Raiders, not a lot of open targets, where those first couple of drives it felt like there wasn't a defender within 6 yards of any receiver.
And, like we can tell from here, but he looked like he was confident that he didn't have to run full speed and can still outrun the defense that was chasing him into the sidelines. So looks real good from here.
O'Brien. Check down to Brewster and out of the hands.
Yeah, one could argue that was a little bit low and behind him, and that's why Brewster didn't catch it, but we'll just say whatever in 3rd and 10.
Credit Mason Maldonado, the first man to hurry up and get to O'Brien. Maldonado, a 3-year starter on the D-line.
I like that play call and the presence in the pocket, too. O'Brien was looking to his left and then ended up throwing to his right. It was just a drop. That's too bad. But this is kind of a big play from Fremd. I mean, they've got 3-touchdown lead, but from the perspective of maintaining possession of the ball, because if they don't get a first down here, they'll probably punt.
3rd and long for O'Brien. The southpaw steps up, still has time, flips the field, good block, steps up, has a man, tiptoeing for the catch. Carter McDonald into Huntley territory, and that's how quarter number 1 ends.
Another highlight shot at the end of the first quarter. So now we're past midfield. We're going to start the second quarter. Fremd's going to be in Huntley's end.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid heard that solo!
You say my kid?
Yeah!
Come on!
Ever wonder who helps our everyday heroes when they need support? Enter FundTheFirst.com, a unique crowdfunding platform dedicated to first responders, their families, and their friends. Unlike typical sites, we don't take a cut. Every dollar goes directly to those in need. Whether it's for emergency medical bills, family emergencies, or equipment, FundTheFirst.com is there. It's our chance to give back to those who risk it all for us. From police officers to firefighters, these heroes deserve our support. Want to make a real impact? Check out FundTheFirst.com and
12 minutes and 20 points already for the Fremd Vikings in the first round of the IHSA 8A playoffs. Here comes O'Brien. Looking to the right side, has a man. Looking for a penalty flag. Ben Riddle's not going to get one. Well covered in the secondary by the Red Raiders.
Well, you said it perfectly. He's well covered, and Ridley ran into him, so there shouldn't be a flag. But obviously when there's a collision in the secondary, everybody's thinking, must be a penalty. That was actually well-thrown ball. Unfortunately, it was just also well covered. Now, I think if he had thrown the ball more into the corner, Ridley would have been more open, but Ridley's looking across, his right shoulder going towards the middle of the field. So it would have been a S-turn if he had gone into the corner.
Now 2nd and 10, trips to the right for Fremd. A handoff to the right side. Here's Faulkner. Diving forward for a small gain.
That's what I've been wanting to see Huntley do. Run wide with Faulkner and see what happens. And this is like the first time I remember doing that. They did that earlier, I think, with the receiver.
Gain of 1 for Faulkner. We'll have an update shortly from one of our sideline reporters, Zach Stolpa. Red Raiders dealing with some injuries already. 3rd and 9. 3 receivers to the left side for O'Brien. Southpaw looks that way. Has a man at the 30. Met immediately, but it looked like he got just to the chains.
He's got a good arm, a lot of zip on that ball. And again, he threw the ball before the cut was made.
We welcome in Zach Stolpa to the broadcast booth to report on The Red Raiders injury. Zach, what do you have for us?
Hi, saw in the first quarter Wyatt Shorter, number 70 of the Red Raiders, got his knee banged up. Looked like he was getting his knee wrapped up after that, and looks like he'll be out for the remainder of the game.
All right, thank you, Zach. So already the Red Raiders having to dip into their reserves.
I hate to hear in the remainder of the game. I mean, it's one thing to get banged up. You sit out 2 plays, check in with the trainer or something, but then when they deem you're out for the remainder of the game, especially when it could be their last game, that's sad. Good game there, though, 5 yards.
And already a comfortable lead. Fremd looking to chew as much clock as possible. Their goal, obviously, to keep all 11 guys healthy. O'Brien to pass. Steps up. Pocket collapses, scrambling, somehow keeping this play alive, and he's going to use his legs. First down and then some.
And this is why Northwestern wants them, right? Nobody was open, spun around, went to the wide side, nobody there, picked up the first down. Very, very good vision downfield as well as vision to get past the blockers.
And the Red Raiders looked like that was almost going to be a sack for them, but just somehow has eyes in the back of his head, able to avoid all the pressure, spinning out. Whenever your shoulder's going to turn and your head spinning the other way, that's a tough route to readjust. But the athleticism, Northwestern-bound quarterback.
Yeah, I like that, though. When he did run, he ran to the left, which was the wide side and his strong hand.
Lou Sponcel, the head coach for Fremd, said that sometimes they feel like they take it for granted, not only because of O'Brien's strengths as a player, but also you just don't see that many lefty quarterbacks anymore. Really, ever. As a left-hander myself, I feel for O'Brien, but...
I think somebody said that left-handers are like, what, 10% of the population or something?
We're the goofy ones, I know that. Timeout on the field.
Any left-handed people I know are generally smart, though, so you're in good company.
10:06 remaining in the first half. A 100-yard pick six by Marquand Brewster, the main highlight in a game that's been all Vikings.
Well, and as good as O'Brien is, I feel like Brewster's a highlight film every time he touches the ball. So I see in his future kickoff returns.
We said it already, Brewster, after a heck of a performance last week against Schaumburg, bringing his receiving average per game to triple digits on the year. If we want to skew some data, that was a reception from Brewster to keep that 100-yard total in check.
I like using that for the 100 yards run after catch.
However, we can skew some data and make Brewster stand out even more, the Western Illinois commit. This was Ben Riddle, who was not on the same page with O'Brien.
Yeah, I was thinking that O'Brien's clock ran out in the backfield and was like, okay, I need to get rid of the ball, and it just wasn't looking. Riddle just wasn't looking yet. But no real harm done, right? It's just a incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
Fremd improving from the 10 seed last year up to a top 4 seed. Back-to-back years where Huntley is the 29th team in 8A.
Yeah, and playing like a 4th seed, too. You can just see it on the field how good they are. It's not going to be easy when it gets down to the final 4, final 8 teams, but they have the players.
O'Brien quickly with a dart. Pass complete, tiptoeing inside the sideline for McDonald.
This is where you feel like a pass like that's going to be complete at any level.
Not enough for the first, so 3rd and short, but
3rd and very short. And again, you know that you're in 2-down territory. And there is no real concept of running up the score because then, you get ahead by 40 points and then they do the running clock.
Faulkner to the right side of O'Brien, 3 receivers to his left. O'Brien on the keeper. Makes 3 defenders miss and into the house for 6 more. Johnny O'Brien, some nimble feet. 26-0.
It's going to be interesting to read about this tomorrow in the paper about how many yards he gets, completions, the interception for a 100-yard return. What a great game that Fremd is playing.
A top 40 senior in all of Illinois. Not 1, not 2, made 3 defenders miss on that play alone.
Yeah, it was just arm tackles, and he broke right through them. Strength and speed and a calmness.
Now here's Sloan. First time kicking in the south end zone. Two for three already tonight.
So are we taking credit for the announcer's jinx on that? Because it was a high snap last time.
Feel like we have to. Makes it 3 of 4, 27-0 Fremd. A statement already at home. 9:51 to go before the half. Right here on the NFHS Network when you come.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I get her! Not solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah!
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
You know the meaning of ขอบคุณค่ะ
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters. Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived.
Johnny O'Brien scampers to the house for 6 more. Seamus Sloan tacks on the extra point. Fremd up big early, 27-0. Huntley just looking for anything to get the momentum back on their side, Bob.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think they're going to have to go to the ground and hope that they can go wide around that stout front seven that Fremd does have. They have been able to move the chains. It's just stuff keeps happening at the ends of drives, whatever the stuff is, right? Like that interception, for example.
And we said it already, credit the sophomore quarterback, Malik Carter. He's been spreading the ball around. He hasn't just relied on one sole target. Chase Honaki's been carrying the ball all right, but 2 costly turnovers already and some favorable field position in the first quarter for Fremd to start their drives. O'Brien hasn't had to do much work. A return from inside the 10 with a good lane.
Yeah, but the way Carter has been playing, though, is very encouraging. You said he's a sophomore. He's big. He's tall. I think the passes need a little bit more zip, so he'll hit the weight room for next year. And he looks like he's going to be a real good one. I love his anticipation. He's throwing the ball before the receiver's looking back at him, so it's really, really tough to defend. I'd like to see some escapability, but this is going to be a good quarterback for the future here at Huntley.
Dominic Savino, a much better return after he muffed one back in the first. Red Raiders start their drive at the 32. Carter with a give to Honaki. Gain of 1. That front 7 just continuing to stand strong for Fremd.
Yeah, Fremd has a great game plan going here. They're saying, we're going to stop this run and force them to beat us in the air, and well, obviously they didn't.
Tom O'Brien on the stop, that one. No relation.
Yeah, that would be something everybody would have thought.
Well, you figured if you're going to have, if my thought was they're not, because if we had Johnny O'Brien, we would have Tommy O'Brien, but we have a Johnny and a Tom. Gain of 1 for Honaki, 2nd and 9. 9 minutes remain before the half. Carter fakes the handoff, rolling out, pass incomplete.
Yeah, there is a flag on the field, right? But it looked like a receiver one-on-one down the sideline. I think that would have been the time to air it out. Not a frozen rope, but you have to air it out, put some air under it, let the receiver run under it. But he chose to take the receiver at the 12-yard line.
Michael Chen shaken up. He was the intended receiver.
I guess I meant to say 12 yards downfield. And they are going to get a first down on it.
It's not much, but maybe this is the spark to get Huntley going. They're still in their own territory, but...
Well, I feel like there's no lack of moving the chains. There's just lack of getting the ball in the end zone.
Honaki breaks 1 tackle, gets back to the line before he's driven right back.
Yeah, there's just nowhere to go on this Fremd defensive line.
Honaki up the middle.
You just feel like all the inside gaps are well covered.
The Fremd defense, when talking earlier this week with the head coach for Huntley, Mike Namola, I asked him, what have you seen out of the film? Because every coach will look for something different where they break down. And he said that with this defense, that 4-3 base, it's some of the most aggressive football he's seen. Added on that they'll get even extremely aggressive. He made sure to emphasize the extreme, and haven't seen much of that tonight, but really Fremd hasn't had to be overly aggressive. And here's another interception. Third turnover of the ball game. Troy Pepe just ripped it right out of the hands. Still on his feet, flipping the field. Blockers in front of him. Makes a man miss. Brought down at the 43-yard line.
I would like to have seen him get around that edge. There was a lot of real estate there. He's dragged down by Michael Chan, fortunately. Otherwise, that could have been a lot more yards. Terrific run back, good vision, went to the right side, got cut off, went back to the left, just not fast enough to get around Chan.
Third turnover of the half for Huntley. Nothing that Carter or Chan could have even done. Pepe, just grown man strength, ripped it right out of the hand. He threw it in a little bit of traffic, but that was a Red Raider ball until it was not. Takeaway again for the Vikings.
Yeah, shades of Stevenson on the Bears. You know, the possession looked like it was with Huntley and then just ripped it out of the arms before he could tuck it away. Really, really heads-up defensive play.
Another drive for O'Brien and the Viking offense that starts in Huntley territory. And Faulkner with a good run up the gut for a gain of about 5.
A lot of times teams like to throw the ball deep after a turnover because the other team is a little bit, just not ready for the play, right? They've been on the bench. They thought it was going to be their ball, and all of a sudden, get on the field right now, and sometimes the coverages get blown. But right here, they ran up the middle, got 6 or 7 yards.
Bob, did you knowingly just do the 6-7 thing, or?
Oh, gosh. I had the Halloween costumes. We had a 6 and we had a 7, and they stood next to each other in the right order.
I haven't seen that. I'm going to try to avoid that. O'Brien to throw. Towards the middle of the field, overthrown ball. Nearly had his man, Jay Box.
Well, and you said it. There's a case where he missed the mark, right? So the receiver was open, just missed him. So we got, third? 3rd and 5.
Box with a good slant route. Beat his man, but O'Brien just a bit too much mustard on that one.
Yeah, people are going into supermarkets and they're taking the tickets. When I'm serve number 67, they're taking that for souvenirs. It's crazy.
Bob, I know you're a college volleyball coach, so I don't know if the college athletes handle as much brain rot, but a youth coach, I know all too well of the 6-7. Here's number 7 for the Vikings and a first down. Ben Riddle.
They're not overt with it, but it's out there. I was surprised to see the 2 Halloween costumes, one a 6 and one a 7 for sure, but it is kind of cute.
Riddle brought down at the 28-yard line.
Well, and moves the chains, so 27 points and the football deep in Huntley's territory.
23 points is the fewest in a ball game that O'Brien's offense has scored. Here's Faulkner across the right side. Again, we mentioned O'Brien missed the matchup against Barrington 3 weeks ago. Fremd only scored 1 touchdown in that contest. But the win against Palatine the week after and O'Brien's return to the field, a gutsy crosstown rivalry game. You knew it was going to be low scoring. Their first victory over Palatine since 2019. They only put up 23 in that contest. We mentioned 41 last week. This is just a offense that once it gets rolling, it becomes an avalanche.
You wish you could go back in time and replay that Barrington game with O'Brien, though, that's for certain. Would they be 9-0, or would Barrington have held them down to 8-1 anyway?
And obviously Barrington, with that victory, able to clinch the conference championship away from Fremd. Here's Faulkner with room to work with down the sideline, tiptoeing, falling out of bounds just before the 10.
Speaking from experience, conference is fun and you want to win it, and there's lots of recognition. That's what I like about conferences. There's all conference players and everything, but the goal generally of a team is go as far downstate as you possibly can. Get to the regional, win that, get to the sectional, win that, super sectional, and then, of course, downstate. Those are your goals at the beginning of the season. Of course, your whole season, you're working at learning how to win, learning how to improve and get better. So you don't get too bent out of shape if you lose, earlier on in the season, because those are the things you improve on for later.
Here's O'Brien, 2nd and 12. Surveys, steps up, low throw, and waiting for a signal.
I think it hit a bounce just barely before the catch, but I like that throw. It's a low, maybe too low in this case, but again, only his receiver can get it. So at the next level in college, the windows are going to be smaller, right? So threw it low, only receiver can get it, and I think it's just, almost a trap in front of him.
Halfway through quarter number 2.
Fewer fireworks in this quarter, only one score.
See if O'Brien has anything to say about that. 2 receivers each way for the senior lefty.
Yeah, it would be hard to not want to go deep more often.
Here he is going deep. Wide open receiver. Touchdown, Vikings. Ben Riddle burned his man. Bob, you're giving me the lottery ticket numbers later tonight. Johnny O'Brien goes deep, 33-0. It's all Vikings at home.
Perfectly thrown ball wide open. And that's what I mean. He is so accurate with that. Riddle's very, very fast out there, and you got Brewster on the other end. I mean, it would be hard to not throw deep more often than Fremd does.
Sloan to try to make it a 34-0 contest.
I guess, if you kick enough point after touchdowns, you're finally going to miss one eventually.
The extra point is good.
5:53 to go in the first half. Vikings rolling the Raiders, 34-0.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I get her, not solo.
You say I did?
Yeah,
Come on.
34 Vikings, 0 Red Raiders. Still halfway to go in just quarter number 2. And Bob, we're getting to the point where how much longer are we going to be seeing the starting 11 on both sides of the ball for Fremd?
Yeah, I would venture a guess. They'll go through to halftime, and then at the end of the half, maybe in the third quarter, that's when they'll get taken out. But that, obviously is a great question. You have both sides of that coin, though. Sometimes you want to continue to practice your execution with the starters who are going to be there next week, and sometimes you want to get players who don't normally play a chance to be on the field, especially in state playoffs.
Low kick from Sloan lands with a great Viking roll. This will be fielded at the 2-yard line and brought out by Huntley. Smushed before the 15.
Yeah, that funny-shaped football takes some odd bounces, right? But when that's happening, you want to get behind it so it takes an odd bounce. It doesn't odd bounce past you. It gets an odd bounce, but at you.
Welcome back. Zach Stolpa up to the broadcast booth. Zach, it's 2 very different sidelines down there. I can only imagine. What are you seeing?
I'd agree with that. It's been growing frustration on the Huntley sideline with the defense coordinator. It's been urging his unit to clean up the mistakes that have set the Red Raiders back thus far in this contest. It's completely different energy on the Fremd sideline with the coaches urging not let up on either side of the ball.
All right, Zach Stolpa, the 4th member of our crew. Thank you, Zach. Here's Malik Carter, the sophomore. 1st and 10 at his own 14. Quickly to the left side. Caught, but no gain.
Yeah, if Fremd starts to adjust to those passes and gets in on them quicker than they have so far, Huntley's not going to have any offense. And I realize Huntley has 0 points, right? But they've been able to move the football and stuff just happens, right? Like fumble and interception, whatever it is, right? But if Fremd gets closer and closer to those receivers, it's going to be tough for Carter to go downfield.
2 receivers each way for Carter. Honacki to his right.
Yeah, and Honacki's been bottled up the whole day so far.
Vikings bring 4. Carter quickly to the right side this time. Receiver makes the first man miss. Good gain for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, just a couple yards short. Again, they are able to move the ball, and the chains, they are going to give them the first down. I felt like that was a generous spot, but they'll take it.
Schroeder able to slip away from the junior Tom O'Brien. 3 turnovers in the first half already for Carter. 2 of them against Carter, I should say. The 2 interceptions. 1 receiver just lost the ball.
Was that the brother?
Carter drops back. Hit as he throws. And a good catch just inside the sideline. Schroeder again knocked out of bounds, but does enough to move the chains.
I got to tell you, I'm very encouraged by this quarterback, Carter. It was a perfect throw right past the chains. It was actually well covered. The comeback route, perfectly thrown, perfect tight spiral. Carter's got a great future.
3 receivers to his left. He'll hand it off to Honacki, and you said it, Bob. He just continues to be bottled up.
Yeah, that known commodity, the Fremd aggressive 7, just make it impossible to run. But Carter is doing a good job on the passing game, so fortunately for Huntley, at least Carter is doing well. I mean, save for one long interception.
And these 2 programs are in very different spots. Fremd returned 10 starters from a season ago, whereas the 2 main offensive weapons for Huntley are underclassmen. Quickly to the right side, pass caught, staying in bounds. Gain of about 6. Clock will continue to run. 3.5 minutes remain before the half. Huntley just trying to get on the board.
Another real nice pass from Carter. Picked out the open receiver, zipped it over there. A little more zip than we've seen earlier in the game. That's also encouraging.
Trips left for Carter.
Up-tempo offense here. Well, until until that.
Clock continuing to wind down. Huntley finally gets a playoff. Carter with time. No more. Anthony D'Ambrosio, the senior end, the first man on the stop. Jacob check in as well. Good coverage down the field. There was no target for Carter to get the ball off to.
That's the thing. That's that proverbial coverage sack. Nobody was open. You don't want to throw it away. He got burned on an interception return earlier. Maybe perhaps learned his lesson, just ate the ball this time. Now, the punting unit comes in. There's 3 minutes left almost, right, for O'Brien to put something else on the board. But, better to eat the ball there than throw it away on third.
Fremd return man at his own 35. Punt will not get that far. And of course, it takes a Viking roll. Everything working Fremd's way at home. O'Brien will start this drive at his own 46 with 2:13 to go. Fremd looking for a 40-piece in the first half.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes.
Fremd with 2 timeouts remaining in half number 1. O'Brien to the right side has Brewster. Shimmies away past one man. Stiff arms another. Inside the 30. Brewster tiptoeing down the sideline. They're going to whistle. He stepped out of bounds inside the red zone.
Tiptoeing was a perfect word for it, but unfortunately half of his foot landed on the white line up there, which means he's out of bounds. Great run after catch again by Brewster.
They'll say he was just in front of the red zone. Down to the 22.
Fremd exercising their 2-minute offense here. I mean, it would be easy to just run a couple plays, finish the quarter out by this many points, but
I'll give to Faulkner. Cuts away from one man and down to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him the first down.
Fremd's offense in complete games, scoring 40 points 3 times this year. And after this play, Anthony Collada, the third member of our crew, will join us. Trips to the left for O'Brien. Faulkner to his right side. Another handoff to the running back. Steps over one man, but brought down for a short gain.
Faulkner picks up 5 yards.
Gain of 5, a couple of different Red Raiders in on the stop, and finally some breathing room for Huntley, although Fremd continuing to knock on the door. Anthony, welcome into the booth. What do you have?
Yeah, I spoke with Coach Ranke, the defensive coordinator of Huntley, before the game, and just mentioned O'Brien's name, and he's the real deal. Ranke said, and he's as good as they come, and he's showing that this first half. The frustration on the defensive side is mounting, and on Fremd's side, they want to continue to put points on the board as they just did right there.
Another touchdown. Looked like O'Brien was going to run in for another. But it's another sixer for the Vikings. Carter McDonald into the house. Thank you, Anthony. I know that we still got a lot of ball game left. There is a penalty flag down, so we'll see if that touchdown stays. And Bob, Anthony said it best. When you mention O'Brien's name to an opposing defensive coordinator, it does feel like you kind of have to stop in your tracks for a second.
Well, he's playing like a future NFL player, and I don't know if I'm the first person to say that. I mean, Northwestern's going to be very lucky to have him. He's playing with terrific poise. He's got speed, certainly understands the offense and where the open receivers are and check downs. And yeah, sure, Fremd is a great team, but this O'Brien is somebody that's really terrific.
Still a high schooler, though. Threw that ball past the line of scrimmage. It did look like he really wanted to run that one in.
Yeah, he doesn't. Right, he's smart on his runs. He also realizes, you got to stay in the game. Don't get injured. Don't do anything unnecessary.
Kind of similar to that Breece Hall rushing, then throwing touchdown the other week against the Bengals. Jets are on the board with a win. So 3rd and 8, no touchdown for the Vikings, although don't tell O'Brien that. He's still got time. To the left side, one-on-one coverage. Incomplete, beautifully defended. Connor Wade on the secondary with a big stop.
Very well defended. That ball was perfectly thrown. I thought for a second it was going to get caught behind the defender, but jumped up at the right time and knocked it out. Very, very good defense.
So now 4th and 8 for the Vikings.
And they are going for it, of course. If they get the touchdown, they're over that magical 40-point mark.
And, of course, you're not just going for the touchdown for this situation, but if you look weeks down the line, if the Vikings get into a similar situation, this is that game day practice rep for weeks down the line to analyze film and see how your play calling handles itself. But we'll have to wait. Timeout on the field. We'll see if the Vikings can get another score. 49.8 seconds remain in half number 1.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid earned that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah,
Come on! What's wrong with you?
Out of the timeout, 4th down and 8. And the Fremd offense staying on the field. O'Brien in shotgun, 3 receivers to the left side. Vikings trying to go into the half, up 40 points. O'Brien has time, steps up across the middle of the field. Touchdown, Marquand Brewster.
Perfect example of look one way, throw the other. You look the defenders off. a little extra time gives your receiver opportunity to get open. 40-0. So, I was going to make light of it at the end of the first quarter. It was 20-0 at the end of the first quarter, right? So you're multiplying that by 4 to get to 80, right? And of course, that's silly. Nobody scores 80 points, right? But they turned in another 20 in the second period, so it's 40-0. Now we'll end up with a running clock in the third and fourth quarter, so you're not going to see this kind of prolific scoring. And of course, there's going to be some bench players, but Fremd is playing an absolute masterpiece.
Continuing to roll, Seamus Sloan looking to make it 41. One botched snap earlier on an extra point attempt, the only miscue scoring-wise for the Vikings.
Shane Sloan's extra point is good. Your score, Fremd 41, Huntley 0.
41-0.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid heard that solo!
You say I did?
Yeah,
Come on! What's wrong with you?
Game's nowhere near done. Don't tell the Fremd Vikings that. They are rolling at home. 4th-ranked team in all of 8A, destroying the 29th-ranked Huntley Red Raiders. Winner of this matchup would go on to face the winner of 13th-ranked Lyons Township and 20th-ranked York.
Shane Sloan is kicked off for the Vikings.
Well, I think we expected a lopsided game, number 4 versus 29. We know this, right? But I didn't see a 40-0 or 41-0 game. And not at halftime.
Fremd scored 41 points in 48 minutes last week against the Saxons. They do so in just 24 in the first round of the 8A playoffs. Savino from his own 2. Good blockers in front of him. Savino takes a hit past the 20 and gets up to the 26.
I feel like the only downside of the state tournament, right, is that everybody except for one team is, losing their last game of the year. So Huntley, they're playing in their last game of the year. They have to enjoy every snap that they get because it won't happen again until next year, and that's only if you're still in high school.
Willie Carter has time for a handful of plays. 38.5 seconds remain in the opening half. And we might just have a kneel down.
Probably a wise choice with 38 seconds to go. Just go into halftime down 41 points. You make the adjustments you need to make, and I'm thinking it may end up being a running clock when we come out, so it'll go quick.
First half went quick for Fremd, a bit slower for Huntley. It's all Vikings at home, 41-0 over the Red Raiders. When you come back, we'll have the second half of the NFHS first round IHSA 8A playoffs.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid heard that solo!
You say I did?
Ever wonder who helps our everyday heroes when they need support? Enter fundthefirst.com, a unique crowdfunding platform dedicated to first responders, their families, and their friends. Unlike typical sites, we don't take a cut. Every dollar goes directly to those in need. Whether it's for emergency medical bills, family emergencies, or equipment, fundthefirst.com is there. It's our chance to give back to those who risk it all for us. From police officers to firefighters, these heroes deserve our support. Want to make a real impact? Check out fundthefirst.com and show our heroes that we've got their backs. It's time to support those who always support us.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in.
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
You know the meaning of Kapunka.
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters. Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived and what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 months. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family. Visit afsusa.org.
Let's go. Hey. Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, And we all got dreams, we all want things. But what you gonna do for it, how you gonna move for it, what you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it, how you gonna move for it, what you gonna be?
Good evening and welcome to the first round of the IHSA playoffs presented by the NFHS Network. I'm here with head coach Lou Sponsel for the Fremd Vikings. Tell me, Coach Sponsel, after the only loss of the season, you said ultimately we're playing for November. Well, here we are at the first round of playoffs. What's the mindset? What are you telling your team in the locker room going into this first round?
Play disciplined football. Let's be great at doing the little things. And, I think every team right now, especially these seniors, they're fighting for one more week together. And that's all you can ask for is one more week with your coaches and your kids. But let's go out and do what we do to the best of our ability and be disciplined. And let's be great at the small things and keep football simple.
Quarterback Johnny O'Brien, Northwestern commit, had 5 touchdowns in the last outing. What can you say about his X factor and what he provides to the offense for your team?
He is the X factor. There's not many players like Johnny O'Brien. Johnny is one of the best players, if not in the state. One of the better quarterbacks in the Midwest, and there's a reason he's at Northwestern, or he's going to Northwestern in January. But no, our job is to put the game in Johnny's hands. Our offense revolves around Johnny O'Brien, as it should, and we appreciate every day at practice, every day in meetings, and he's a generational quarterback that'll go down as a legend here at Fremd High School.
Last season, the season ended in a heartbreaker against Naperville Central in the second round. As we go into this next round of playoffs, what's the mindset going into making sure that you stay in the playoffs and keep that mindset going?
Yeah, we fell to a 24-0 deficit last year, and it was tough. And then we roared back, and we made a couple critical mistakes in the second half. But fall, I think 31-28 to a very good Naperville Central team was really hard for our kids and our staff, but I think that's fueled us in the off season. And it's also a reminder, you only have so many days together, and don't let one opportunity pass itself up, and go take care of business. So, and that's our goal, take care of business tonight so that we can have one more week, and then we can start talking next week after we take care of business tonight.
Thank you very much for your time, Coach. Good luck.
All right.
We'll be back on the NFHS Network with more Friday Night Lights.
We welcome you back inside the NFHS network for this presentation of the first round of the IHSA 8A playoffs. And you see the score on your screen. It has been all Vikings here at home. Fremd, an emphatic first half with 3 takeaways and 41 points at home against the 29th seeded Huntley Red Raiders. Sam Corbett, Bob Vilsaway bringing you the call, and we're now joined by the third member of our crew, Zach Stolpa, who's been down on the sideline. And Zach, you talk about halftime adjustments. Fremd's just going to be able to coast and let this clock run out. It will be a running clock in the second half. What did you see from Huntley during the halftime?
Yeah, it looked like Huntley as a unit defensively was trying to rally back. You can notice that number 74, Ryan Wapel, on the Huntley defense, just trying to get his defenders to, quote, play with some damn pride. We'll see how much that can show through and how much they can adjust as a unit.
A minute to go for the rest of our warm-ups before the third quarter is underway. Thank you, Zach. We'll also hear more from Anthony Collada as the second half wages on, and as we welcome back in Bob Vilsaway to the broadcast. Bob, we talked about it a little bit in the first half, but with how much Fremd has been able to overwhelm Huntley, at what point does the Vikings decide to pull their starters?
Yeah, I think if I were coaching, depending on who the players are that you have a second string, I would generally, it's time to let them play, get some experience, get them experience in post game, right? And a team game you've pretty much already run. But I get a little concerned on the Huntley side, right, where they're saying let's play with some pride. Sometimes there's just adjustments as a coaching staff you cannot make. The other team is just better. No matter what you do, the other team is going to win. So do the best that you can. Follow the fundamentals the way that you've been trained, and whatever happens. So don't get mad at anything. You're just playing a really, really good team. And when you're playing a potential future state champion, what did you expect to have happen? Huntley has had a good season. They were 5-4. Those 4 losses were all within 1 score. They've got an up-and-coming quarterback, and he probably had to learn along the way. So Huntley has nothing to be ashamed of here in this game.
The Vikings will receive the kickoff to start the second half.
And no favors for the Red Raiders. Fremd ball to start.
Yeah, right. Well, and the way they've been moving it, that it's not like they're saying, okay, running clock, we're up by 40, let's just keep it on the ground and end the game. They should be exercising their offense to figure out, what works and what doesn't work, even against this defense. Now, the defenses they're going to see, every time a team plays, half the teams are, not in it the following week. So only the better half of the teams are going to be next week, and then the better half of that the following week. So, something that might work here against Huntley is not going to work against other teams. But you can kind of tell when the execution looks good that it's going to work against anybody, and that's what Fremd has to do. They have to execute their plays.
If Fremd can hold strong, and barring a Red Raider miracle or 7, Vikings should be able to hold on, and will face off against the winner of York Community High School and Lyons Township High School next week in round number 2. The initial return, some hesitancy from Ben Riddle. He cannot get back to the 20.
Well, and that's the thing from Huntley's perspective also. Okay, this will be their last game of the year, but same thing. Here's an opportunity for them to run their plays. Now, it'll be with some different players because their seniors will be gone next year, right? But they can run some of their plays here and figure out against a good defense what works and what doesn't. They may learn from this and then have a better season next year as a result.
We'll wait to see the Huntley offense back out on the field, but you have to imagine that their main 2 weapons, especially on the ground, quarterback Malik Carter and running back Chase Honacki, they're only sophomores, both of them, so you have to imagine that they're going to see the remainder of this ballgame to get them primed for their upperclassmen seasons with Huntley. Fremd starts with a ball on the ground, and we do have quarterback 2 in for Fremd. Number 15, Will Clark, a 6-foot sophomore, into the ballgame.
So we figured to be, the beginning of the third quarter. And this is going to go quickly, right? The running clock. There are plays that go out of bounds. The clock, I think, only stops on touchdowns and injuries. Otherwise, no matter what happens, the clock keeps running.
Clark's an experienced backup, playing in his 8th game of the year. Had the 1 start for Fremd the week that O'Brien missed time. That was the Barrington game.
Yeah, of all the games.
27 for 44 on the season. That's a 61 percentage and a good slide to get the first down for the sophomore.
That was a good play call. Got the first down, backup quarterback, all things good.
Clark on the season, 2 touchdowns to 4 picks.
That part's not good, but you always have to start somewhere.
Some playoff jitters you have to imagine for the sophomore as well, but a good slide. for a first down.
Yeah, but it sounded like he's playing Mount Carmel. Bennett ran into that. They had to play their backup quarterback against, I tell him, a future NFL franchise. Welcome to the NFL. You're playing Mount Carmel.
Clark with 3 receivers to his left. This will be a handoff right up the gut. And barreling through for a small gain before being driven backwards. It's Rizzo Ruiz, the lone freshman on the varsity roster for Fremd. 5'11", 162-pound running back. And despite being only a freshman, playing in his 6th game of the year, he gets the rock when we get to this type of contest in the blowout on the season, now north of 100 yards.
It'll be interesting to see, he's a freshman, so when he becomes a senior, how tall and what does he weigh? It's amazing how much the freshmen, grow during high school, and even after, of course.
Ruiz to the left side of Clark. They call his number again. A hole through the right side and into Huntley territory.
Yeah, you just feel like he was a broken tackle away from a touchdown there. Really nice tackle made by Kalemba.
Penalty marker down. Appears to be holding against the offensive line.
Well, that's no fun. That takes the yards back.
Excuse me, Carter McDonald, the receiver, charged with the penalty.
That cheater.
So Ruiz's run gets erased. And the running clock still a factor.
And that's the other, so the flags get thrown and the clock runs while the referees are pacing off the yards.
Now 2nd and 13 for Clark. Longest play of the year for the sophomore, a 59-yard bomb. 3rd straight give to Ruiz, again to the right side. Bounces off of one man, smushed by another. Big ol' 93, Max Demidov, the senior, in on the stop.
Ruiz to the 32-yard line, 3rd and 12.
Credit the freshman keeping the legs churning, though, not going down on first contact.
Absolutely. I mean, and of course that's what you're trained to do, but then you actually do it, and of course he's young and doing it right from the beginning.
A nonchalant approach for Fremd, trying to control the clock. Time of possession battle heavily favoring the Vikings at home. Clark on the keeper, avoids one man, spins through 2, still on his feet past the 40.
Clark keeps to the 41-yard line.
Some nifty agility from the sophomore.
4th and 3.
Yeah, I mean, just watching him, we don't want to see O'Brien graduate, of course. Well, we do. We want to see him at Northwestern, right? But, and of course, this is what happens in high school. Clark looks like he's going to be a very able heir to this quarterback position.
Good field vision. Still not enough for the first, so 4th and short. We'll see the Fremd punt unit out for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I think if the game were closer, this would be a 4-down territory play, even in their own end. I think they're pretty confident that they could gain this 4 yards.
Connor Wade back deep to return. He's at his own 30. He'll retreat back. This is a good punt with a Viking spin. It'll be downed right at the 20.
All right, so they didn't score that time, but they made some good positive plays. They have a different quarterback of the future right there, and then 80 yards away.
Sloan, also the punter for the Vikings, flips the field, and now Malik Carter searching for any answer against this vaunted front seven.
Which may not be the same vaunted front seven in the first half. We have to take a look at that, but we'll see. It's still a well-coached unit no matter who plays.
I see a few starters from the first half. I see a few new faces. This guy made his presence felt earlier in the ball game. Anthony D'Ambrosio, another tackle for loss.
Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11.
Slipped the block and was able to get into the backfield, caused a 2-yard loss.
Already halfway through quarter number 3.
Boy, that didn't take long.
Trips left for Carter. Honacki to his left as well. Looking right. Has his man. Gain of about 5 for Schroeder. Evaded the first man, but
So he got roughly half of it back, but now you're at 3rd and 5. It's kind of one of those important plays, little miniature important plays. Now, we're pretending the score isn't 41-0, right? But let's say you're down by a score. You got the ball 3rd and 5. You need to make the completion to keep the ball.
Huntley's playing this ball game like it's 0-0. Carter again to the right side.
Ooh.
Looks like he's going to be just short.
Yeah, let's see. First off, where do they mark it, right?
Back-to-back Schroeder targets.
This is very close. I hope they go for it.
We've got 4th and a note card due up.
That's pretty good.
And now they just shifted to 1st down.
Whoa, that was very generous, but all good. Yeah, I would have said he was short by a yard. It looks like they gave him like a 2-yard generous mark, but it could be as he was spinning around, the ball was out in front. Forward progress is what you get.
Red Raiders will take it, keeping the drive alive. Same formation for Carter. See if they call Schroeder's name a 3rd time in a row. Spread the ball out really well in the first half. Still no points to show for it. They go to the ground. Honacki right up the gut, and it's just plugged immediately.
Yeah, as usual, this whole game, Fremd really has a stout run defense.
Liam Kalansis, the sophomore linebacker.
Yeah, I'm thinking the scouting report for Fremd, if you're going to beat them, you're going to have to beat them through the air. You're not going to run up the middle, at least not easily.
And this is a sight that no one wants to see. A Red Raider is down. So the clock will stop with 4:05 to go in quarter number 3, and Huntley will tend to their player. We'll step away from Palatine, Illinois on the NFHS Network.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid earned that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah,
Cole McMurtry to his feet, walking off on his own strength, but obviously just want to be overly cautious. Clock now running once again with that 40-point lead for the Vikings.
Yeah, they've already got one guy out for the game, now maybe 2.
Ryan Wadle injured back in the first half. Another pass off to the right side, on to Jacob Marks for a gain of about 6.
Yeah, I like that. Again, Huntley just moving up the field in chunks. They have been able to move the chains today, and that has been very encouraging with this young quarterback who's going to be a junior and then a senior after that. That's why I say Huntley has a bright future here. That should be 5 yards.
Should be. No whistle.
Maybe on the running clock. What's the point?
Second string defensive lineman into the ball game with a healthy lead for the Fremd Vikings. Good gain for a handful, but brought down Kevin Miller the stop.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get the favorable mark this time, so they're yard short, 4th down. I think they just got to run it up the middle and hope for either the first down or a favorable spot and keep moving the chains.
Huntley had the favorable spot last time, now in a 4th and 1. Trips left for Carter. And how about this? That'll move the chains as well. Carter went to the line to fake an audible and a QB sneak for another first down.
Yeah, I like that play. They had 3 receivers, like you said, out to the left, so that takes some defenders away from the line, so there's fewer big bodies to stop that. Just ran right up the gut for the yard. That's all you needed.
Nico Allman's been doing a good job plugging that hole right in the A-gap, but Carter, that 6'5" frame, just kept those legs moving.
And no missed fumble call.
Back to pass. Has all day, looking deep down the middle of the field, and triple coverage, batted away.
Yeah, that was simply underthrown. Took too long. When you go deep like that, you got to release the ball sooner with some air under it, let the receiver run under it. But that was a case where he waited a little too long to throw it. Down the middle, all the defenders, including 2 safeties, were there, and it was just going to be too easy to bat away. But I like the attempt. What that does also is it moves the defense back so that you can throw under the coverage next time. So I like the play call.
Cale Peterson with the pass breakup. Second down now, a give across the left side. Cutting it back for a gain of about 7. A good rush from Easton Garifo, a freshman.
Yeah, you feel like that was one of the better gains that Huntley's had all day on the ground. Except, they had like a 13, yard run earlier, but that's about it.
Garifo just 5'9", $155, so able to slither forward. Credit him for a gain of 6, 3rd and 4 for Carter.
Probably 4 down territory.
To the right side, 1st down and then some. Marks to the 40.
Again, Carter very accurate with the throw, releases it quickly. Some cushion on the defense. It's a nice play. 1st down.
50 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. Huntley again going hurry up. Back to Garifo. Evades one man and then brought down.
And fell forward, so he got the extra yard after contact.
Two yards on 1st down. It's now 2nd and 8.
I also like, okay, so the clock is running. They're also playing up tempo.
Can't imagine that they'll have one final play in this 3rd quarter. 15 seconds remain. So now is as good a time as any to welcome Anthony Collada back on to the broadcast up here in the press box. Hopefully you're staying warm down there, but what do you have for us, Anthony?
Yeah, staying warm. It's not too bad out there. I got an update on senior running back Cole McMurtry for Huntley. We saw him able to walk off the field under his own power. The trainer was working on his left arm, left shoulder area, so we'll be sure to keep an eye out for him returning to the field. But, this is kind of that situation of exactly why Fremd took out O'Brien and a lot of their starters, because in a game that is 40+0, there's no need to risk letting your players get hurt for the next round.
And with the final 12 minutes, I'm sure that Fremd will make more substitutions. Thanks, Anthony. Hope to hear back from both you and Zach at some point in the 4th. Still a lot to celebrate if you're a Fremd Viking. 41-0. They lead the Red Raiders at home. 4th quarter coming your way soon on the NFHS Network.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his...
4th quarter from Palatine, Illinois. Malik Carter and the Huntley Red Raider offense trying to get on the scoreboard. Trips left, Easton Garifo to his left. Garifo, the freshman running back. Already a couple of carries. Carter to pass. A deep shot towards the left side again in plenty of traffic. Nowhere near his receiver. And a Red Raider is down.
Yeah, I think I would like to see him check down on that play. He was definitely double covered. Odds of completion weren't high. Check down, look to the right of the field. I think there was somebody open there on the right side, short, of course. Incomplete, we don't want to see an injury.
We just had Anthony
Yeah.
on explaining why Fremd has made their moves. A scary sight on the far sideline. And both teams are going to head to their respective sidelines, so we will step away once again from Fremd High School.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid earned that solo!
You say my kid?
Yeah!
Come on! What's wrong with you?
Ever wonder who helps our everyday heroes when they need support? Enter fundthefirst.com, a unique crowdfunding platform dedicated to first responders, their families, and their friends. Unlike typical sites, we don't take a cut. Every dollar goes directly to those in need. Whether it's for emergency medical bills, family emergencies, or equipment, FundTheFirst.com is there. It's our chance to give back to those who risk it all for us. From police officers to firefighters, these heroes deserve our support. Want to make a real impact? Check out FundTheFirst.com and show our heroes that we've got their backs. It's time to support those who always support us.
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
You'll know the meaning of ขอบคุณค่ะ
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You go on this.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived and what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family. Visit AFSUSA.org.
When you should be getting after it.
Hey, conductor! How about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You saying my kid?
My mom was the most amazing person in my life.
I would definitely consider mom.
Our mission is providing that support, advocacy, and awareness for organ donation. Be a forever hero, donate life is the message we want to get out there.
As an FDNY firefighter, he was a hero in life. As an organ donor, Billy Moon, also a hero in death.
FDNY firefighter Billy Moon's heart was successfully transplanted into 63-year-old Richard Grell last December.
And as his widow Christina processed her heartbreak and her grief, she fulfilled a promise that was made to her husband and donated his organs so others could live. 5 lives were saved in the process.
There are around 103,000 people waiting for our transplant across the country.
One person can save 8 lives and improve up to 75 more.
Ever wonder who helps our everyday heroes when they need support? Enter FundTheFirst.com, a unique crowdfunding platform dedicated to first responders, their families, and their friends. Unlike typical sites, we don't take a cut. Every dollar goes directly to those in need. Whether it's for emergency medical bills, family emergencies, or equipment, FundTheFirst.com is there. It's our chance to give back to those who risk it all for us. From police officers to firefighters, these heroes deserve our support. Want to make a real impact? Check out FundTheFirst.com and show our heroes that we've got their backs. It's time to support those who always support us.
conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid heard that solo!
See my kid?
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid heard that solo!
See my kid?
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
Do you know the meaning of ขอบคุณค่ะ
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived and what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family. Visit afsusa.org.
You are a seasoned loan originator. You've been around the block and have the portfolio to prove it. You should work here. You expect to be compensated fairly. You've earned the freedom to do what you're good at and the support that makes it possible. You should work here. You're a builder of relationships, a cultivator of trust, a deliverer of dreams. You should work here. You are a team player, a culture enhancer, and on most days, a smile provider. You should work here.
We are Wintrust Mortgage.
One of Chicago's top workplaces.
For the past 7 years in a row.
And in case we haven't made it clear,
We want you to work here.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid heard that solo!
See my kid?
We welcome you back to the NFHS Network's presentation of the first round of the IHSA 8A bracket. Huntley Red Raider receiver Kyle Zibel, the senior, took a scary hit and had to call in a local ambulance. Both Fremd and Huntley are now warming back up. We still have 11:47 remaining in the contest, and we welcome back in Anthony Collada, who has an update on Kyle. Anthony, what do you have for us?
Yeah, so Zybel, he was down on the field for a while. He did have movement in his extremities, was able to talk and communicate with the paramedics out on the field. They did take his face mask off and then put him in an ambulance, just as more of a precautionary reason. Get him to the hospital, run some more tests, figure everything out, and go from there. But at least he was able to move on the ground.
So our thoughts and prayers are with Kyle, and we will continue play from Fremd High School. Malik Carter, still the quarterback for Huntley. We resume play, 3rd and 8, and an immediate pass to the left side to Jacob Marks inside the 30. Room to work with down the sideline, and he's escorted out of bounds right around the 20-yard line.
Now with this running clock, there's about 11:20 to go. It's going to feel like it's going to end in just a heartbeat. So we're going to see, a drive, maybe a score here, maybe not, right? And then a drive the other way, and by then the clock will probably run out. It's kind of a somber feeling.
Huntley trying to get on the board for the first time today. Carter to throw to the right side, has a man in the middle of the field. And there's the scoring play that Huntley's been so desperately searching for all day long. Michael Chan finds the end zone.
You have to be happy, especially for Carter. He's been a good quarterback the whole entire day. It's just, he's facing a very, very strong Fremd team. Nice pass. Good escapability from Chan to get into the end zone. Touchdown.
Kicking for Huntley, number 92, Elijah Valdez, a freshman.
Yet another young player.
Playoff call-up. And some personnel miscues. No 11th man on the field for the Red Raiders. So Huntley is forced to burn a timeout.
Yeah, I like it when you have the telescrator, right? And then you circle the 9 players who are on the field, and then John Madden will come back. 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Again, in this type of contest, you're not going to be playing your typical 11 after especially what we just saw with Zybel. If this score were to hold, it would be the 7th time this season that Fremd's defense has held an opponent to just 1 score. We knew coming in, Mike Namola said that this was the most aggressive front 7 he had seen on film all year. The freshman adds the extra point, 41-7.
Well, that goes into that, Fremd's ranked number 4 in the state, right? So that you need that kind of aggressiveness on the defensive front like that. And, of course, the linebackers being active really covered all the gaps in the middle. So the running game just never got off the ground for Huntley at all. Carter has been like kind of the saving grace from the Huntley's offense perspective. Very good at anticipating the receiver's cuts and throwing it on time, on target. Done a very good job, and he's only a sophomore.
10:52 remaining as we get ready for the Huntley kickoff. We welcome back in Zach Stolpa up to the press box. Zach, you've been on the Fremd sideline, a much more lighter feeling on this half of the field. It has to be like, what have you been seeing?
Yeah, throughout most of the game, it seemed like every unit throughout has been on the same page. Got a quote from the Fremd offensive line coach, Coach Platts. From him, he said his unit was physical, knew our assignments, and played as a unit. That's why he was happy with how they played.
Yeah, that front 7, Zach, just swarmed and really took away the ground game for Huntley. I mean, we talked about this for last week's performance. The sophomore running back, Chase Honacki, 5 scores all on the ground. He carried the ball 39 times for about 250 yards. He's been a non-factor tonight.
Yeah, it's amazing how 250 yards last week to being a non-factor in one game because of this Fremd defense. I like what Fremd did. They're just taking a knee, right? So I expect maybe we've seen this some of in the underclass games of the junior varsity team, sophomore, freshman. When there's a blowout, one team will just take a knee for 4 times or 3 times, then punt it away. And it won't be long before this game ends. I think it's showing good sportsmanship on the Fremd side, given all these circumstances.
More substitutions for the Vikings offense. And they're looking to the sideline. Can't tell if it's for a play call or an 11th player. Again, as you make those late game substitutions, those guys have to have more reminders of what personnel each of us are in. So we got a quarterback wearing number 28, Rizo Ruiz, in the Wildcat. And there's my first optical illusion. Our quarterback's going to be wearing a number in the 30s. It is number 30, Jack Miller, the sophomore quarterback, the 5'9", 160-pounder. Thought that they were going with the Wildcat. We saw Ruiz with a couple of carries earlier this half, but QB3 into the ballgame.
Well, QB2, Clark has a real good future next year, but I think you're not getting quality reps for the rest of this game. And that's the trouble, too. That you want to get a game like this to get some quality reps, but I think this game is probably not going to happen that way. And the trick now is in practice to get quality reps in practice. And sometimes it's hard to simulate in practice game conditions.
All the Vikings are searching for is 3 yards of play and to use all of that play clock as much as they can. Miller in shotgun, 3 receivers to his right. It'll be another give to Ruiz across the right side for a short gain.
Short game, some more clock, 3rd down. If they don't make it here, I think they'll just punt it away.
There's a good lead block by Wilvo Truba, junior offensive lineman, number 64 in green.
So I fully expect, again, they'll keep it on the ground. Just a guess, right side, off tackle.
Complacent with just letting this clock tick. 41 points for the Vikings. In back-to-back weeks, they hung 41 against the Schaumburg Saxons a week ago at home. This is a tough place if you're an opponent to come in and play the Vikings, let alone score twice on them.
Jack Miller hands off to Rizo Ruiz, picks up 2 more yards, and it's 4th and 3.
Interesting, what we don't see is a punting unit coming on. So maybe they are going to run it. If they get the first down, more clock will run. If they don't get the first down, they're not unhappy that Huntley's going to get the ball right here. Now, here comes the punting unit.
Back out to the field, Seamus Sloan. He's been busy, mostly with extra points. This will be his second punt of the contest. He's at his own 14. Huntley return man at his own 39. Back deep, Connor Wade awaits the punt. Nearly blocked. Good pressure from the edge, and Wade.
I'm a little surprised it wasn't. It looked like it went around the punter rather than any kind of contact to block it.
Huntley will start the drive at the 30-yard line. 7:21 remaining. See if they can make this game a bit closer. Really, the first one was what they were looking for. It just took them a good chunk of the ball game to get on the board.
So something roughly close to about 10 or 12 plays, and then the game will be over. So how far can you move upfield in 10 or 12 plays? I mean, that's that's enough time to get a second touchdown.
We've seen Carter take some shots deep down the field. He's got the arm. Has struggled at times tonight with placing it to his receivers. Again, 2 interceptions.
Well, he's thrown into a crowd a couple of times, and that's what causes that. So as he learns, the crowds, throwing to crowds doesn't work.
Let's see if he'll pass on first down. 3 receivers to the right. Fake the handoff. One-handed grab by Wade. A blocker in front of him gets past the 40 and dives forward to the 44.
That was a great grab. Low and to the right, again, not interceptable.
And our public address announcer acknowledging the fact that that was a nice one-handed grab.
It's kind of funny when PA announcers get outside their zone a little bit and they do a little bit of that. That's a nice play call.
A give up the gut to the 48. Final 6 minutes of this contest. Again, if Fremd can hold on, which seems like they're going to, they'll face off against the winner of York Community and Lyons Township High School. The 8A bracket this year, we talked about it at the start of the show, Bob, but the storyline of all storylines, Loyola not getting that 5-win threshold because Their game earlier this season got canceled. They end the regular season at 4-4. And boy, they were right on that marker of, do we let them in? They were one of a handful of 500 teams to get into the playoffs. This is a good run across the left side. Easton Garifo with a burst inside the 30. But you have Loyola Academy, the 3-time reigning back-to-back-to-back 8A state champs, sneak in with the final seed, the 32 spot. And they got a date with Mount Carmel this weekend.
Should be an interesting game at Mount Carmel, being the machine that they are. I think, Loyola, even though they got in, probably won't get very much further.
And Loyola, again, at the start of the year, you talk with Chicago Sun-Times, Friday Night Drive, Shaw Local, all the IHSA media outlets. Loyola was obviously consistently going to be a team that you're going to see in the top 10 power rankings. Their schedule was loaded, dealt with some injuries through the year, but you just can never count out Loyola. You give them a chance, and they're going to run with it.
Well, and that's the trouble. You want to load your schedule with the best games you possibly can to prepare yourself for postseason, right? But if a couple of those games turn out to be losses, then you're 4-4 fighting to get into the playoff in the first place. And even if you get in, you don't get a good seed, which they didn't. Even if they had gotten seeded 31, they wouldn't face Mount Carmel until a couple of rounds in.
Well, I think a lot of people at the start of the year had Loyola Mount Carmel as a potential 8A championship. A lot of people have Fremd in that conversation as well. Back-to-back games scoring 41. Good run up the gut. Should be a first down for the Red Raiders. Fremd at the 4 seed. Maine South the 3 seed. The 2 seed Barrington. And again, Barrington the lone loss this year for Fremd. But we've been saying it all broadcast long. No Johnny O'Brien during that contest against Barrington. He's back, and boy, is he an X factor and then some.
Yeah, I actually like Maine South. I remember broadcasting the first game I saw Purcell, and this guy is absolutely terrific. Left-handed also. Just releases the ball quickly, always to an open receiver, can run, extends the plays. He's a good one. I think he committed to Indiana.
Yes, Jamison Purcell, the newest Division I commit for Maine South, the pipeline, who fell off for a couple of years trying to get back to that 2008, 2009, 2010 glory. Proud alum speaking into the mic right now. Low snap to Carter. He'll pitch it out in front. And a boomstick laid. Liam Kalansis with a huge hit on Michael Chan.
Yeah, we like those kinds of hits, as long as they're safe. So we saw Mount Carmel against Bennett a couple of weeks back. Mount Carmel was just a monster. So I'm going to say Mount Carmel and Maine South in the final.
Michael O'Brien of the Chicago Sun-Times has Mount Carmel as the favorite. Fremd as the dark horse / bracket buster, depending on how you view the Vikings. The best first-round game is going to be facing off against the Fremd Vikings next week. York at Lions was ruled as the best first-round 8A game. And the Red Raiders punch in for 6 more.
So they have positive stuff to build on for next year. They should be happy about that.
It's going to get lost in this box score, but not Fremd, Huntley, just the second team this year to come to Palatine and score twice on the Vikings.
Yeah, I think, though, that when you look at the circumstances, you'll know why. And when the score was already 41-0, you've got second-string players in, the clock running after an injury, after a significant injury.
Freshman kicker Elijah Valdez makes it 41-14, 2:24 to go on the IHSA 8A first-round matchup. When you come back, final 2 minutes coming your way.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I get her! Not solo!
You saying I did it?
Yeah!
Come on!
Ever wonder who helps our everyday heroes when they need support? Enter fundthefirst.com, a unique crowdfunding platform.
Red Raiders get their second touchdown of the contest, but too little, too late. 2:24 remaining. That 41-0 lead, holding strong for the Fremd Vikings at home. We were talking about Michael O'Brien's predictions for the 8A bracket. He has Mount Carmel defeating Fremd in the semifinal and beating Maine South in the 8A championship. Ben Riddle, from his 10.
Did the same thing last time. What I expect to see next couple of plays is essentially taking a knee, victory formation kind of a thing. Let the clock run out gracefully. But a really well played, I'll say first half. We said that it was like basically a masterpiece that Fremd turned in.
Jack Miller, QB3 in for the Vikings, doing his best Jake Retzlaff impression, a quarterback in the 30s. Retzlaff, wearer of 33 for BYU. 100 seconds to go before Fremd can celebrate their Halloween night. In accordance with the holiday, Bob, final thoughts on who the biggest nightmare for the Huntley Red Raiders tonight was, because you can make the argument it was O'Brien, Brewster, that 100-yard pick six, the front seven as a whole. If you could only have one, what would you say?
Yeah, well, I think you picked the top three monsters right there, but I think I'm going to go with O'Brien. The fact that they scored so many points, I think, in the first half so quickly, even though that defensive 100-yard touchdown was looming large. But you nailed it, too. The front seven, they took away all the running attack that Huntley had. So you stop the run, and then you intercept the pass and run it back for 100 yards. And when they get the ball back, O'Brien stings you for more yards and passes. Just a triple-headed monster.
O'Brien leading that monstrous attack for the Vikings. We hope to have him on a quick post-game show. Stick around for a few minutes as we say goodbye to the final 40 seconds of this first-round matchup. Victory formation. The best feeling in the world for the Fremd Vikings, who continue to defend their home stadium in Palatine. Reporting the final score in this 8A first-round matchup, the Huntley Red Raiders 14, the Fremd Vikings 41. The entire offense in just the first half alone. Fremd advances to round number 2. They got to the second round last year before they were bounced by Naperville Central. They'll look to climb. Beyond that, the 4th overall team in 8A advances to the next round. Again, stick around. We hope to have the senior quarterback, Johnny O'Brien, who led the way on for the official postgame show right here on the NFHS Network. For our entire crew, Chris Angela on the camera, Bob Vilsaway, my partner, producing tonight, Stephen Taylor, tech directing, and Anthony Collada and Zach Stolpa also on our crew. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of the NFHS IHSA football bracket, and have a happy Halloween.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
This is the NFHS postgame show. I'm Anthony Collada here with Fremd quarterback Johnny O'Brien. Johnny, kind of an abbreviated outing for you here today, but you made the most out of your time. Kind of just walk me through what was working and how you were able to put everything together.
Yeah, watching film, we knew they were a run-stopping defense, so we knew that we just had to attack the perimeter. We have great receivers, great O-line, and also, I mean, using the run game. We spread them out early in the game, and then we just kind of pounded the rock and let our boys go to work. And we just executed the game plan great. I mean, our coaches instilled, 0-0 confidence in us, playoffs all week long, and we have to go out here and execute if we're going to win the games in the 8A conference. So, I mean, executed very well.
Yeah, so how did it feel to, go into the halftime break? Did you know that you weren't coming back out? When was that kind of decided, and what were your feelings on that? Obviously, you want to keep playing.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I love playing football, but, they told me at halftime, just rest up, stay healthy. We got round 2 coming up versus Lions, I believe, so, I mean, it's a really good team, so, I mean, yeah, just going to next week healthy. And yeah, it's good to see we got a young quarterback, Will Clark, who's a sophomore, get him some experience in the playoffs and a lot of other sophomores. So I always enjoy to kind of see them go out there and play because they do a great job in practice of scout team for us. And I mean, they're just as much valuable to the team as I am. So.
For sure, yeah. So you brought up Lions Township, almost took the words out of my mouth. So, with that being said, what's the mindset? How are you guys feeling about going into next week?
Yeah, Lions are a really good team. Very big, physical. I haven't watched too much film on them yet. I'm probably going to start tonight after this. But, we know we're going to get with Lions. They're a great program historically, and, they always make runs in the playoffs. So, I mean, it's going to take a great week of practice, celebrate this game tonight, but, all Lions tomorrow. Get ready to go, start watching film, get healthy, and we have to have a great week of practice and execute next Friday or Saturday, whenever it is.
Awesome. Johnny, I appreciate it. It was a phenomenal game for you. Go rest up and get ready for next week. I'm Anthony Collada here with the post-game show on NFHS Network.